Are renowned prophets predicted in the Bhavishya Purana? The Bhavishya Purana, a Hindu literature, is traditionally said to have been originally spoken by Sutta Goswami around 5,000 years ago. However, in its present form, the text is considered heavily interpolated. Given it's been translated from Sanskrit and composed in symbolic language, any claims of predictions should be approached with caution. Most scholars see the Bhavishya Purana as an evolving text, with some passages revived after the actual events. But I'll exclude words for which there's substantial evidence that they were introduced between the 17th and 19th centuries CE. So let me confidently summarise the parts of the Purana that are said to foretell a number of renowned religious figures. I draw mostly from its Pratisarga Parva section. First, a couple of definitions. Kali Yuga is an age of global spiritual decline which began just over 5,000 years ago. From its outset, India, once a great centre of power and culture, experienced significant political, religious and social decline. Malecha or Malech refers to people living outside India, beyond the ancient Vedic cultural sphere. Let's start with a story in the Bhavishya Purana about the sage Vashishta and Zarastabda or Zarutha. Zarutha was a Magga, a member of the priestly class associated with sun worship. A rivalry broke out between he and Vashishta, and as a result, Zarutha went on to preach something different from Vedic culture. For that, he was cursed to leave Bharatvash, India. Some identify Zarutha with Zoroaster, the founder of Zoroastrianism. The Indo-European tradition likely influenced some concepts that later appeared in Judaism and the other Abrahamic faiths. Then there's Musa. He is described as a leader arising amongst the Malechas at a time when traditional Vedic practices were no longer followed. The Bhavishya Purana lists Musa within the genealogy of Adama and Havyavati, strikingly similar to Adam and Eve. He is said to have set up a new Malechadam religion in the Kali Yuga. Some identify Musa as Moses, yet the text adds that he visited the shores of the river Sarasvati. In Puranic literature, sacred rivers of India often represent spiritual knowledge and cultural memory, not necessarily a geographical location. Some say this next verse refers to Mahavira, the most recent Tirthankar, enlightened teacher in the Jain tradition. A teacher will arise among the Kshatriyas, royalty, who will abandon Vedic rites, teach a path of renunciation, and attract many followers. Elsewhere, the Bhavishya Purana typically depicts Buddha as an avatar of Lord Vishnu, often framed as a figure who appeared in the region of Patna Kiteshu to delude those misrepresenting the Vedas, whilst also promoting non-violence, ahimsa, essentially making faithless people faithful to him. Note that the historical Buddha, Gautama Siddhartha, attained enlightenment in Gaya, near Patna. Like Mahavira, Gautama tactfully rejected the Vedas, which by that time were being misused by the unqualified so-called Brahmanas whose rituals included needless animal sacrifice. In another part of the Bhavishya Purana, we read a passage that has been attributed to Jesus Christ. A bearskin man wearing white robes spoke to the Indian king Shalivahan. "I am Misaputra, a son of God, born of a Kamari, virgin, the expounder of the religion of the Malechas. Born in the land of degraded people, I saw the spread of irreligion from Malechadesh. I preached and suffered at their hands. I taught that the mind must be purified through proper conduct and japa. As the sun attracts all elements, the all-attractive Lord draws the hearts of all beings. So, through truth and purity, one should worship the Lord. Keeping the Lord in my heart, I taught these principles for the Malechas' own faith." The following section of the Purana is often interpreted as referring to the Prophet Muhammad and Islam. King Bhojaraj, travelling west of the Sindhu, Indus, river, met Muhammad, a teacher with followers. Bocharaj went to the desert to worship Lord Shiva. Pleased, Shiva told him to return to Mahakaleshwara in Ujjain, warning that Bahik, realms beyond the western borders of ancient India, were corrupted and devoid of dharma. So the king left for Ujjain, while Muhammad followed him as far as the Sindhu, showing illusions and claiming the king's god served him. Later, Muhammad appeared at night as an apparition, declaring he would establish a religion amongst meat-eaters. He described his followers: circumcision, beards and no seekers, loud calls, unrestricted meat-eating except swine, calling them Mussalman, to submit. Bocharaj and Muhammad then parted ways, returning to their respective lands. Interesting. This next one could be Guru Nanak, founder of the Sikh tradition, who did indeed belong to the Bedi clan. The king sage Nanak will arise in the Bedi clan within the western Subdesh, sacred lands within parts of today's northwest India and Pakistan. Nanak aimed at restoring righteousness and protecting his people. Another verse in the Purana seems to describe a contemporary of Guru Nanak, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, born 1486 CE. The Lord said, "I will appear in the Kali Yuga in the form of eternal consciousness and bliss, known as Gaura, on the beautiful bank of the Bhagirathi, the headstream of the Ganges, and I will be the son of Sachi. Accepting the order of sannyas, I will take up bhakti, loving devotion to God. For the purpose of delivering the people, I will be displaying symptoms like shedding tears of bliss and hairs standing on end." That leads me to something more contemporary. Lord Jagannath spoke these attractive words for everyone's benefit. The uncontrolled descendants of Kasyapa Muni became milechas in different countries. Though of a Sudra, low-class nature, some will attain Brahminical status, accepting the Sikha and sacred thread, and become well-versed in the highest of the Vedas. This could be a reference to movements like the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, otherwise known as the Hare Krishna movement. Well, that's it. Something to chew or chant on. The bottom line: it's at the very least interesting. Thanks for watching and take care.